and be bigger than you. Okay. Is it okay to doubt yourself? I say yeah. Because you see, the thing is that when you doubt yourself, you're analyzing yourself and you're noticing that, you have flaws and you're someone that is not yet suitable for the task at hand. And you start to doubt yourself because you know that you could be better. You know that you can do more. You know you could be more intelligent. You know you could be working a little more. You know that, if you gave everything that you had, that you'll be a lot better in terms of the situation that you're in. But because you haven't been doing what's required of you, because you haven't been showing up for yourself, because you haven't been reading the books, because you haven't been listening to the audios, guess what? You start to doubt yourself because you don't feel prepared. You don't feel ready. And that's why we always say, if you fail to prepare, you prepare to fail. If you want to get rid of your doubt, one of the things you have to do is you have to prepare. Because remember, proper preparation prevents poor performance. Okay. So the reason why you doubt yourself is because you don't prepare. So when you don't prepare, you fail. The job that you do is not complete, it's not effective. So because it's not an effective job done, because it's not done with purpose and intention, it didn't feel good. And then guess what? You start to get these feelings of doubt, where because you have these feelings of doubt, you start to think that you can't do these things. And that's the reason why I started to really tell people, like, yo, use doubt to your advantage. Allow doubt to help you become a better version of yourself. Because all doubt is a feeling of uncertainty. You just don't feel certain. You just don't feel like it's really something that you can do. So use this doubt as fuel. Like, you know what? I can do this. I can accomplish this. I am that six-figure earner. I am that seven-figure earner. I am that seven-figure trader. I am that successful investor. I am a better leader. Okay? Because you see, guys, don't allow the doubt to be bigger than you. You become bigger than the doubt. Identify the doubt, acknowledge it for what it is. Okay? Because if it wasn't for the doubt, you wouldn't know what it is that you are uncertain about. That's what it's all about. Remember, yes, you're doubting yourself right now. Okay. But embrace it. Okay. What are you uncertain about? That what, you're not going to make it? Of course you're going to make it. What are you uncertain about? That you're going to fail? That's fine. You're supposed to fail your way to success. What are you uncertain about? That you're not going to make money? You are going to make money because you are a money magnet. So don't worry about the things that are not going to happen, because 90% of what we worry about anyways never comes true anyways. Okay? Use doubt as a fuel to keep you going, moving forward. Use doubt as a way to catapult you to new levels. Because you see, when you doubt yourself, you become aware of what you are uncertain of. And what you are uncertain of, what you want to do is you want to work on that every single day until you are certain of those things. Because you see, the faster you take your uncertainties and you make them certain, the faster you'll get rid of the doubt that you're feeling on a day-to-day basis. The problem is that you're feeling doubt, but you're doing nothing about it. You go back home and you sit back on your couch and you do nothing about it. You go back on Instagram and you just scroll through other people's pages and you compare yourselves. You go back to hanging out with your friends. You go back to doing the same things that you were doing before. But you're not making a change. You're not taking those uncertainties that you feel that are causing you to doubt yourself and put you at a low vibration, and you're not allowing yourself to take those uncertainties and make them certain now. You got to make those uncertainties certain, because that's what's going to get rid of the doubt that you keep having on a day-to-day basis, that's holding you back, that's limiting you, that's not allowing you to become the best version of yourself and tap into your full potential. Stop doubting yourself. Everything you want is already yours. Why are you doubting it? Why are you uncertain about things that are already yours? Do you know that the moment you put anything in your mind is already yours? Because remember, if you can see it in your mind long enough, you will eventually be able to hold it in your hands. So if you know that whatever you hold in your mind long enough, you will eventually hold in your hand, why would you doubt it that it's going to come? Why? Because you face some challenges along the way. It's part of becoming a better version of you. It's part of becoming deserving of what you ask for. Okay? You got to understand that everything you ask for comes with a test. And this test is part of the testimony. Okay? If it was just all ask and receive, it'll be so easy and you wouldn't even appreciate it when you get it. But you know why we appreciate the things that we ask for? Is because we get tested before we get them. We get put through challenges to see if we're deserving. We have to climb over obstacles to see if we're willing. We have to deal with friends and family doubting us so that we can believe more in ourselves. You see, everything that you're going through right now, guys, I know how it is. I know what it's like to have friends and family and even your significant others doubt you. But guess what that does? That inspires you to go harder. I've had obstacles that are hard to climb over. But you know what that did? That made me stronger and wiser because I had to become strong to climb over that obstacle and I had to be wiser to climb over it. And I embraced every challenge. You know why? Because without any challenge, you can't grow. Okay? You got to really see this for what it is, guys. This is an opportunity right now for you to change your life. If you're listening to this podcast, I want you to know that if you've doubted yourself in the last few days, hey, you probably doubted yourself today. I want you to know that it's okay. Take it, embrace it, love it, and use it to your advantage. Learn how to channel the energy that you're dedicating to doubting yourself to inspiring yourself. Because the energy that you give it will determine, okay, the reality that you live. So if you live in doubt, you will live a life and a reality that's filled with doubt. But if you take that doubt and those feelings that you get towards doubt and you direct it towards inspiring yourself and putting yourself in a position of power, okay, where everything that you do works in your favor, where you expect miracles and you get miracles, where you live with the end in mind, and you have absolutely no doubt that you're going to live that life of your dreams, that you're going to be that successful investor, that you're going to be that successful entrepreneur, that you're going to be the first millionaire in your family, and that you're going to break those generational curses and you're going to create that generational wealth. You know why? Because you deserve it. You haven't gave up. You're still here listening to this podcast. Don't you dare give up. You got family counting on you. Let them doubt you. It's okay. It'll make you stronger. Let them say it's not going to work. It's okay. It'll help you believe in yourself more. Let those obstacles be tall and big and strong and high. It'll make us wiser. Everything that you're going through right now is here to make you a bigger person. Don't back down from it. Don't get hyped for the moment and start to backpedal. Embrace the moment, embrace the doubt, and take it for what it is and take it for what it's there for. Because it's there to make you aware of your flaws and your weaknesses. That's what it's there for. That's what the doubt is there for. To expose your uncertainties. The best version of yourself isn't uncertain. The millionaire version of yourself is not uncertain. So until you don't fix those uncertainties, you don't deserve to be that best version of yourself.
Sheesh.
There's fixing that needs to happen before you can deserve that version of you. So take it for what it
Talk
is
to
and
the
take it for what it's
minnow.
worth. Because
Damn.
every adversity comes with a seed of opportunity. Every adversity comes with a seed of opportunity. You can choose to continue to doubt yourself and dig yourself into a hole, or you can continue to use that doubt to empower you to become aware of the things that you are uncertain about and become certain of them. What's your choice? I hope you make the right one, because the choice that you make moving forward.
All right, let's get this call started. Here we go. Let me unshare sharing. And we are live, familia. Grand rising, and happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is having a beautiful start to their morning. I am so blessed. I am so grateful to be here with each and every single one of you guys. I hope you guys got value from that podcast episode I was playing right there. That is actually, let me see. You guys can actually go listen to that one. That one is season 3, episode 3, and it's called The Doubt. You know, it's funny, guys. I've recorded a lot of these podcast episodes, and I haven't even heard a lot of them. I've heard some of them. I would say majority of them, but a lot of them I haven't heard them. And it's been a while since I heard the doubt. But to hear the message and like the things that I was saying, it was very powerful. So I hope that you guys, you know, if you don't know, I do have a podcast. Okay, you can listen to it every day for free. There's a lot of free value in there. And you can find it on Apple, you can find it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, SoundCloud. You can get it everywhere. As you guys know, I also give you guys a lot of free value on these calls. And I'm just very blessed and grateful. The reason I can't play any music at the beginning on my calls or other personal development is because of copyright, or, you know, I can't use certain songs because, you know, then they'll say that I'm using it for their purpose and I'm making myself money off of their music. So I got to kind of use my own things because I can't really use other people's stuff. But I'm excited to really pour into you guys today. Welcome back. It is Tuesday, April 23rd, and I am very blessed and grateful. Before we start off this call real quick, can we express some gratitude real fast? Just really quick. Let's open up the floor with some gratitude. Let's keep our hands open to receive today. What is one thing you are grateful for on this Tuesday morning, April 23rd? I am grateful for God and his grace in my life. I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful for my mind, my body, and my spirit. I'm grateful for this family. I'm grateful for my family, my mom, my dad, my little brother, my goddaughter, Dariana, my godson, Wiley. I'm extremely grateful for, you know, this community that we've built. I'm grateful for the Instagram family. I'm grateful for the books. I'm grateful for the plants. I'm grateful for my dog Hazel. I'm grateful for my team and everyone in Digital Dynasty. You know, we've built something absolutely incredible, and I'm just super excited to be here, and I'm looking forward to it as well. So let's get started with today's call. As you guys can see, I titled it "Nothing to Lose, but Everything to Gain." Okay. Now hold up. Give me 1 second. I have to move this here. Can you guys see that there? No, you really can't see it that much. You still have to buy something to hang this. What if I put it like here? There you go. That might be better. There you go. I want you guys to see my little painting, right? It's a pretty cool painting. I love it so much. But you know, I titled it today "Nothing to Lose but Everything to Gain." So real quick, put a 111 in the chat box if you guys are ready to take notes. You got your pens and papers ready. It's 10:20. I'm gonna make sure I give you guys 40 minutes of just straight value on this call right now. I'm about to give you guys 40 minutes of just value, and I promise you guys this call is gonna shift you guys for sure. So let's get started with it. So at the top of your paper, I want you guys to put nothing to lose, everything to gain. Now, I know you can say it either or, everything to gain, nothing to lose, back and forth. But today, I started it with nothing to lose, right? Let's get the negative out of the way, right? We don't have anything to lose, but we have everything to gain. And why am I doing this training? What inspired this training? So the other day, I was driving up to Tampa. My little brother and one of my best friends, they came down to Miami. They live in Tampa and Orlando, and they came down to pick me up because they wanted to, for me to go up with them and come back to Tampa, visited and the whole nine. So, while we're driving up there, we got a 4-hour drive up to Tampa from Miami, and we're just talking, we're picking each other's brains, we're just catching up on everything. And, one of our friends calls us, and we're giving her advice. And my best friend asks her a question, and I'm like, this question was powerful, and I actually put it in my Nano's exclusive mentorship chat. But the question was, what's one habit that you are aware of that is holding you back? And when he asked the question, I was like, wait, I want to answer this question too. What's one habit that I am aware of that's holding me back? Right? That's the question I have for you guys. What's one habit that you are aware of? That's the key. That you are aware of, that you know about, that is holding you back. And the person responded procrastination. And obviously, we all know what procrastination is. Procrastination is the ability to say that you're going to do something and then you end up not doing it. And it caused me to think like, yo, what is that one habit for me as well? And I want you guys to write down this question. And I want you to answer, and I want you to think about it. What is the one habit that's holding you back that you are aware of right now? It's April 23rd, Tuesday. It is 10:23 a.m. Eastern time for us. What's the one habit that you are aware of? What's the one thing that comes to your mind the moment you think about it? You don't got to type it. Keep it to yourself. But what is that one habit that's truly holding you back? This is where it needs to start for us. Because remember, if we can't break one habit, we can't break 5, we can't break 10. So it starts with identifying what is that one habit that you are aware of that's holding you back. Because it's April 23rd. We're already almost 5 months, four months into the new year. And as you guys can see, the year is flying. It's going to be May next week. May's going to fly by. It's summer. Summer's quick. Next thing you know, it's September, October. Thanksgiving's around the corner, Christmas, and it's 2025. So it's going to go by fast. So what's that one habit that is stopping you from accomplishing your dreams this year? Is it procrastination? Is it your ability, to start something and not finish things? Is it the fact that you suck at waking up early? Is it the fact that you're not going to the gym? Is it your money management problems? Okay. Is it your inability to take actions on a day-to-day basis? Right? Is it your lack of discipline? Is it your lack of organization? Okay. What is it? Is it one of those? Is it all of those? What is it that's holding you back? Because we need to make a change. And as I'm listening to this conversation that's unfolding in front of my eyes, I'm thinking about this. I'm like, yo, this is a whole training right here. Because remember, write this down. You can't change what you are not aware of. I'll repeat that again. You cannot change what you are not aware of. So the fact that you know what habit is holding you back means you're aware, which means you can change. Because you wrote down, Nano, this is the one habit that's holding me back. Nano, these are the 2 to 3 habits that are holding me back. Because you are aware, now you can change it. The thing is, a lot of people are not aware, and that's why they don't change. So be grateful that you are aware of what's holding you back. Be grateful that you understand what's that one habit, because most people are not aware. Most people are unconscious. They are unconscious incompetent, which means they don't know, so they can't do. Okay? At least you know, but you're not doing. Who knows what that is, right? Who can answer that question for me? On the 4 levels of learning, what level am I talking about? You know, but you don't do. What level is that? Let's see which one of our OG mornings with Nano actually know the answer to this. Right? What level is it? Is it 1? Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 4? Name it for me. Let me see. Conscious incompetence. There you go. Number 2, Crystal. There you go. Great job, Emmy, Crystal. Who else knew it? Denija. There you go. Ricardo, I see you, my brother. OG. Anthony, I knew you would know. Regine. Shout out to everybody that got it right. You guys got to know this. Conscious incompetence, which means conscious means you know, but incompetence means you don't do. On the levels of learning, that's what a lot of people are in right now. You are aware of the habit that is holding you back. You know about it, but you're not doing anything about it, which means you are on the conscious incompetent level. This is a level that holds you back because you know when you don't do. It's like that knowing and doing gap. You know what you need to be doing, but you don't do it. You know you need to be going to the gym, but you don't go to the gym. You know you need to be eating healthier, but you're not eating healthier. Okay? You know you need to be prospecting. You know you need to be building your business. You know you need to be posting on social media. You know, but you're not doing. Now, how does the quote go? To know and to not do is what? To know and to not do is to not know at all. It doesn't even matter that you don't know, right? It doesn't even matter. To know and to not do is to not know at all. So, okay, Nano, you know that you got to change this habit, but you're not changing it. It's basically not knowing at all. So we got to get to the point where we are at the next level of learning, which is number 3, at the conscious competence level, which is we know and we're doing. And when I realized that, this is what changed for me. You see, one habit that, and you guys know what I'm going to say here, but one habit when I realized when I first got into the digital entrepreneurship space, when I got into, more of the personal development, becoming the best version of myself, I realized that the one habit that was holding me back was my lack of morning routine. Okay. I didn't have a personal development routine. I don't want to call it a morning routine. Let's just say a lack of a personal development routine. I sucked at it. I was bad at it. Believe it or not, I was really, really bad at it. I sucked at waking up early. I sucked at being consistent with it. I wasn't really, really good at it. I'll be completely real with you guys at the beginning of it. I was struggling with it. It was hard for me to wake up, and some days I would, some days I wouldn't. Some days I would wake up late. Some days, I would do a half-assed routine. It was just, I didn't really have a self-development routine that I could be consistent with. And that was the one habit that I remember was holding me back, was my lack of morning routine. And I said, you know what? Enough is enough. Because eventually you realize, like, yo, this is what's holding me back. Like, these are my chains, right? This is my prison. And what ends up happening is eventually you get to the point where you're like, yo, I need to get consistent with this. I need to become the person that is disciplined, that wakes up every single morning. It needs to hurt you so much to the point where you say, yo, that's it. It's like the dog sitting on the nail. The story, you guys know the story. For those that don't know, I'll just briefly fill you in on it. But the story goes as such. This guy walks into a store, okay, and he goes into the store to shop. He's looking for things. And at the back of the store, there's this dog sitting down. And every couple seconds, he's howling. You know how dogs cry? And he's just giving out these cries. And he looks at the dog. He's like, yo, what's wrong with this dog? And another minute passes and he hears the dog again doing its cry. And as he's buying his things, he keeps hearing this dog cry, 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 cry. And he's looking at it, but he's just sitting down and he don't understand what's going on. So he goes to the store owner. He's like, yo, I don't know if you know, but your dog in the back, he keeps crying every couple seconds. Is everything okay? He's like, yeah, everything is okay. It's just the dog is sitting on a nail. He's like, what do you mean? Yeah, he's been sitting on a nail and he's just staying there. It doesn't hurt him enough. He can just get up and leave, but he just chooses to stay there. That's why he keeps crying every couple seconds. Now, what's the moral of the story? Is that if it doesn't hurt you enough, you're not going to move. Right? Some of us are the dog sitting on the nail. We're just crying every couple of seconds or minutes or couple of days, but we stay sitting on the nail. It doesn't hurt us enough to move. It doesn't hurt us to move. And that was where I was at. It didn't hurt me enough to move. So I just kept sitting there. I kept waking up late. I kept not doing my routine. I kept not going to the gym because it didn't hurt me enough. And if it did hurt me enough, I could just get up and go. And eventually it gets to the point where it does. My best advice for you is don't wait till it hurts for you to move. Don't wait till something extreme happens for you to move. Be the person that moves today. Because sometimes naturally we wait till something terrible happens. So we lose a job, so we lose a family member, so this happens, so something extreme happens to get us to move. Be the dog and be like, yo, let me get up right now. I'm ready to go. It should hurt you that you're living in the same place that you've been living at for years. It should hurt you that you're not making the money that you want to make. It should hurt you that you're not becoming the leader that you always said that you were going to be. It should hurt you that you're not able to provide the life that you want to provide for your kids. That stuff should hurt you. You need to find motivation in those things. So that's what I did. It did hurt me that my parents were still working. It did hurt me that every time I would walk into a restaurant, I couldn't buy the food that I wanted because I couldn't afford it. It did hurt me that I told my parents that I would retire them and I still haven't got them the house. It did hurt me. That's why I changed. That's why I made a difference. That's why I got disciplined. Because I realized the one habit that was holding me back and I made a change. You need to realize and you need to identify what's that one habit that could change everything for you. That's what I did. I found out, Nano, this is the one habit. And I changed it. And because I fixed that one habit, everything else changed. Because remember, they say that how you do one thing is how you do what? Everything. How you do one thing is how you do everything. I got consistent with my routine. Notice how everything else then naturally started to become consistent. It's a beautiful thing how it works. I got consistent with one thing. I got disciplined with one thing. I changed one habit and everything got better. So we got to make sure that we understand this. And why did I name the training Nothing to Lose, Everything to Gain? Because if you go and change this one habit, guess what? You have nothing to lose, but you had everything to gain. Think about that. I didn't have nothing to lose when I started my personal development routine, but I had everything to gain because I was going to gain wisdom. I was going to gain all of these things. So I had nothing to lose. What did I have to lose? I was already at the bottom. I was already stuck. So the same thing goes for you guys. You take action on this one habit that's holding you back. You have nothing to lose, everything to gain. So what are you scared of? Why are you not taking action? Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you the 4 things that taking action on that one habit will help you gain. I'm going to give you 4 things right here. What will you taking action on that one habit help you gain? right? There's 4 things you will gain from taking action on that one habit that's holding you back. Number 1, you're going to gain perspective. You're going to gain perspective. You're going to learn more. You're going to be able to change the way that you look at things. What does the saying say? If you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at change, right? So you need to gain perspective. Sometimes, because of where we are, we look at things from a different lens. What do I always teach you guys? You don't see things for what they are. You see things for how you are. Okay? You don't see things as they are. You see things as you are. Okay? Remember that. So if you are in a positive state of mind, you will have a positive perspective towards what's happening in your life. If you are in a negative state of mind, you will see the things that are happening in your life from a negative perspective. Okay? So it's important, very important, that you change the way that you look at things. Because when you change the way that you look at things, the things you look at will change. What was once a negative circumstance in your life, you could turn it positive. What was once a burden is now a blessing. Okay? Because look, let me give you guys an example. I had a habit of, and maybe you guys can relate. Somebody said Bob Proctor would be so proud. He really would. Maybe some of you guys can relate. I had a habit of turning my blessings into burdens. What do I mean? Well, remember, I asked for a business that could change my life. I asked for a community of people that I can surround myself with, that will celebrate me, that will help me win, that will help me elevate. I asked for a vehicle that can help me make multiple 6, 7, and 8 figures as much as I can. I asked for all of these things. And then I got them. And then I was complaining. I got the people, I got the vehicle, I got the tools, I got the resources. And then I was complaining like, man, why is there so many calls? Why do I got to step out of my comfort zone? Why do I got to read? Why do I got to go to these events, man? Damn. And then somebody once told me and said, the blessings God gave you, you turned them into burdens. Don't be surprised when God stops blessing you, because you asked for these things and now you got them and you're complaining about them. And it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I realized what I was doing. I was like, she's right. I asked to eat and now I'm complaining that there's too much on my plate. I asked for a community of people that was going to support me, that were going to celebrate me, that were going to be there for me. And now I don't even want to be around them. I asked for a vehicle that was going to help me make money and travel the world and do all of these things. And now I barely show up for it. I was like, man, I'm doing everything wrong. I had to change the way that I was looking at it. What was once a blessing, I was turning it into a burden, but it was because of who I was. I was undisciplined. I was unorganized. I didn't have the right state of mind. Remember, you don't see things as they are. You see things as you are. So because I was broke, because I was struggling, because my friends and family and significant other were doubting me, I was looking at everything from the wrong perspective. I was looking at it from the wrong lens, wrong glasses. I wasn't looking at it the right way. This was my blessing, but I was letting it turn into a burden. My question to you is, what burdens in your life right now? What blessings that you have in your life right now that you've turned into burdens? What blessings do you have in your life right now that you've allowed to turn into burdens? You got to change the way that you look at it. Because when I changed the way that I looked at it, I was like, wait, Nano, you asked for this, take advantage of it. You wanted a community, you got it. Run with that community. Okay. You wanted a vehicle that can help you make multiple streams of income online. You got that. Take advantage of it. You wanted access to mentors that can teach you their strategies and their techniques and their books and everything. You got it. So what did I start doing? I started to leverage it. I started to leverage the books. I started to hang around the community. I started to use the services and learn the different skill sets. And then I started to realize that all along, this was my blessing. But because I was looking at it from the wrong eyes, from the wrong perspective, I had allowed my blessings to turn into burdens. So remember, you have nothing to lose, everything to gain. The most important thing you can gain is perspective, a change in perspective. For example, you can look at all the problems in your life right now and be like, yo, this sucks. Man, I can't believe that I'm going through this. Like, why me? Why me? Why me? That could be you right now, right? Put a 2 in the chat box if you're going through some challenges, right? Right? Put a 2 in the chat box if you're going through some challenges. Let me put some 2 in there so you guys know that you're not alone, because you're not alone. I'm going through some challenges too, right? Let me know in the chat box if you guys are going through some challenges. Okay? If you're going through some challenges, put some 2 in the chat box. Anything. It could be personal challenges, it could be business challenges, it could be what challenges are you going through? Okay? So now look, all of us, look at how many people put 2 in the chat box. We all put 2 in the chat box for challenges, right? Now, remember, you can look at it as, man, these challenges suck. You know, I wish that I wasn't going through this. Like, why me? But remember, this is not happening to you. It's happening for you. Okay? You need to love these challenges because remember, without a challenge, you cannot grow. Don't let your challenges become bigger than you. You need to become bigger than your challenges. The reason why that challenge is in your life is because it's there to teach you something. It's there to make you aware of something. It's there to make you realize that you are taking certain things for granted. So until you don't change that, that challenge will continue to show up in your life. Okay. You should, like T. Miller said in the chat box, you got to thank God that it's you. You got to thank God that you're being challenged because God is giving you the opportunity to change. God is giving you the opportunity to grow. So why are you complaining about a challenge? Be grateful for the challenge. Be grateful that it's you. Be grateful that you have this obstacle because now it's going to force you to grow. It's going to force you to look for other ways to read a book, to listen to an audio, to pay for mentorship. It's going to force you to find a way to get through this so that you can turn that what was once a weakness into a strength. I used to love the challenge. Guys, still, because I've been doing this for so long, now when I get challenged, I'm happy. I'm happy as can be. I know that may sound crazy, guys, but yo, every time I get a challenge in my life, I'm happy because I no longer look at the challenge as a negative thing. I look at it as a positive because remember, I don't look at things as they are. I look at things as I am. So because I look at everything in a positive point of view, I understand that 3 things. What does Bob Proctor teach? Right? 3 things. Number 1, it is what it is. Hey, whatever happened, it is what it is. Number 2, harvest the good. He didn't say harvest the bad, harvest the good. What is the good that you could get out of this situation? What's the good you could get out of this situation? Harvest the good. And then number 3, forgive the rest. Forgive and forget the rest. Hey, it is what it is. Harvest the good, forgive and let go of the rest. And that's what I live by that. The moment anything happens in my life, hey, it is what it is, Nano. Harvest the good, forgive and let go of the rest. Those little things, me remembering those 3 little key concepts that Bob Proctor taught me have made a massive change in my life. Because the moment any situation happens, it is what it is, Nano. What's the good? Let's harvest the good. What's the good out of this situation? And let's forgive and let go of the rest. It's a beautiful perspective to have. Because now, as you're working on yourself, you're not allowing the negatives to distract you. You're not allowing the negatives to lower your vibration. You're not allowing the challenges to get the best of you. You are bigger than your challenges. You are bigger than your problems. You are bigger than your obstacles. But you need to be in the state of mind to be able to see it that way. Because if you're not in that state of mind, what will happen is what has happened to me. I've let the challenges get the best of me. I've let my obstacles destroy me. I know what it's like to let the negative circumstances in my life get the best of me. Trust me, I've been there before. So I know both sides. I know what it's like to look at it from a negative and get destroyed. And I know what it's like to see it from a positive and gain something from it. So, number one, the first thing you gain is perspective. Okay. Perspective. That's number one. Put a one in the chat box if you guys understand the importance of perspective. All right. It's very important that you guys understand this. Okay. Perspective is one of the best things that you can get. That's number one. Number two is you learn a lesson. You learn lessons. Okay. Once you start to realize, you start to learn lessons. You know, one of the biggest lessons I learned when I started to do my self-development routine was I can't stop doing this. Like, yo, I can't stop doing this. Like when you start fixing the habit, you start to realize, like, yo, I can never go back. You ever start going to the gym and you realize like how much you actually needed this, and you're like, yo, I can never go back to not going to the gym. Like, that's how I felt. Like, yo, I can never not go back to being a lazy guy who just sits in bed and doesn't do anything and just eats and doesn't work out. Like, you start to realize, like, I can never go back to that. That's what I was. That's what I realized. I'm like, yo, I can never go back to just waking up, not doing anything with my life, not working on myself. Like, I can never go back to it because now my body craves it. It's like my mind needs it. Like, if I go a couple of days without reading, if I go a couple of days without listening to an audio, like, it's almost like it's like it's tugging. Like, yo, Nano, go read. Listen to something, put on an audio. Like, it's almost like it gets hungry. When your stomach gets hungry and it's asking you for food, like, that's how the brain eventually gets. That's how your mind gets. You learn the lesson, like, yo, you can't stop doing your routine. Like, Nano, you can't stop. Like, no matter what happens, you learn your lessons about things. And remember, guys, everything is there. Yo, we're going to make mistakes, guys. Look, I'll be the first to tell you guys right here on this call, vulnerability. I've made a ton of mistakes in this journey. Ton. A lot of them I'm not proud of. I made mistakes. I wasn't conscious. I've made mistakes in business. I've made mistakes with family. I've made mistakes with relationships. I've made mistakes with a ton of things, man. I'm still working on things. I'm not perfect. Okay. So I get it, but I learn my lessons. I learn my lessons all the time. I make sure to learn my lessons. Even with the littlest things, I always find a way to learn my lesson from everything that I go through in life. The little things, the big things, I always look for that lesson. There's always something to learn. There's always something to learn, no matter how hard the situation or circumstance may be. There's always a lesson there for you. Focus on the lesson, because the more you learn, the more you grow. And can't be too hard on yourself. I've made a ton of mistakes, right? You guys see me up here and Mornings with Nano and YouTubes and Mindset Educator, world-renowned speaker, but it's easier said than it is done. I've learned a lot of lessons, fam. But if it wasn't for me putting myself out there, and making the mistakes and be willing to go out there and put myself, I would have never learned them. Change the way that you look at things, and the things you look at change, guys. I promise you. All right. Remember, one of my favorite things that I've been saying lately, the past is your teacher, the present is your gift, the future is your paradise. But the past is your teacher. Don't be a prisoner of your past. Be the architect of your future. Let the lessons build you up. Every lesson is a stepping stone to become the better version of you. Every lesson I've learned has helped me become a better version of Nano. Because remember, guys, I grew up in the hood, man. I grew up in Washington Heights, New York City. And then you get put in an environment where you need to get rid of your whole entire way of thinking. You have to literally reprogram the whole way of you thinking. You don't think I made mistakes along the way? The way I used to think, the way I used to speak, the way I used to act. Bro, of course I was going to make mistakes. I was new to this mindset. I was new to personal development. I was a baby to personal development. Right? It's like a baby. Think about it. A baby, it makes mistakes all the time. We're babies to this personal development lifestyle. The way we were raised, the way that we grew up, that is not going to help us succeed. So we need to become babies to this new information, to all of these things. And in the beginning, you're going to make mistakes. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to fall. And you got to be okay with it. You know how many lessons I've learned that changed my life forever? Lessons that I still remember to this day. The past is your teacher. I don't live in my past. I learn from my past. Remember, there's two ways to learn. You can learn from your experiences, or you can learn from what, guys? Who knows the answer to this? What are the two ways we learn? You can learn from your experiences, or what else? How else can you learn? How else can you learn? Let's see who knows this. There you go, Zion, and you can learn from other people's experiences. I like to test you guys. I like to see who actually listens. You can learn from others. You know how much I've learned from other people's experiences? I have actually saved myself so much time, energy, and money by learning from other people's experiences. Sometimes you need the experience yourself. Sometimes you won't learn until you go through it yourself, right? You ever been told, yo, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, don't do this, and then you do it, and then you finally learn your lesson, but you had to go through it yourself, right? Sometimes you just got to learn it yourself. No matter how many times somebody told you not to do it, not to do it, don't do this, don't say this, don't do that, and then sometimes you got to experience it yourself. I've been there before. But like Holly said in the chat box, a wise man learns from others' experiences. And I started to say that. I was like, yo, if somebody's telling me that has experience, that has already walked through that path, not to walk through that path, and I still go do it, I'm an idiot. Because it's like me telling you guys, hey, look, yo, don't walk through here, because when you walk through here, there's a trap that's going to make you fall, and you're going to be stuck in that hole for a couple of months if you keep walking there, right? It's like me telling you, hey, look, take this path instead, because if you walk this way, you're going to fall. And you still choose to walk down this path, you're going to pay the price. I'm telling you, yo, don't walk down this path and you still walk down that path, you're going to fall. It's like me telling you guys, yo, don't slip up on your morning routine. Don't forget to read. Don't forget to write down your goals. Don't forget to do this. Don't forget to do that. I'm telling you guys some of the mistakes that I made. And you guys still choose to forget to do your morning routines, still forget to read, still forget to, and then eventually that stuff is going to catch up like it's caught up to a lot of people. It caught up to a lot of people the last couple of years. I told people, yo, make sure y'all working on yourselves. Make sure y'all reading those books. Make sure y'all getting clear on those goals. Make sure you guys are getting right with God. Everybody was like, yo, Nano, whatever, bro. Woo, 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 woo. I'll read whenever. The challenges came, they all failed. It's like, I told you to read. I told you to stay consistent. I told you to do this. I told you. And then the challenges came, and then everybody failed, and Nano passed. And then everybody looks at Nano like, but Nano, what happened, bro? Like, nah, G, is just, I studied. I was ready. When the test came, I passed. And when the test came, you failed. Why did you fail? Because you didn't take me serious. I told you, read your books, do your routine, write down your goals, do it every day. Don't slip up 7 days a week. This is what needs to be done. And you didn't listen. And now you failed. This is the key. This is the key right here. You got to change the way that you're looking at things. And you got to learn your lessons. Okay. That's number 2. Okay. Number 3. All right. Taking action is also going to give you the number 3 is going to give you the opportunity to grow. So much growth, bro. You changing that one habit will give you so much opportunity to grow. So much opportunity to grow. Because think about it, you're going to grow from the experience. You're going to grow from the books you read. Like, think about this, guys. Like, just right here. Look at this. Let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Got a couple books in my back. Probably like 20 books. 20 plus books. Guys, I've read all those books multiple times. Growth. Like Jim Rohn says, successful people put their stories and their strategies and techniques into these books, and people don't read them. How does that make sense? Literally, psycho-cybernetics teaches me about self-image, how to become the best version of myself, how to change the way I view myself so that the world could change the way I view things. I read the book on self-image. Now I understand how to develop my self-image, right? What to say when you talk to yourself. This guy right here, Shad Helmstetter, he gets flown all around the world in all different languages, teaching you about the power of your word, the power of the tongue. What did somebody do? I read this book. Now I understand the power of my words. Okay. I read the books. I listened to the audios. Okay. I did what was required, right? I wanted to learn about how to win friends and influence people. I read the book, one of the biggest books in the world, right? One of the huge books on how to handle people and influence people. I read the book, right? I wanted to develop a closer relationship with God. I read the book, The Purpose-Driven Life. Okay. I wanted to become a successful network marketer. All right. I read the book, Go Pro. I studied the information. Okay. I did what was required. All right. I said, yo, I'm going to grow my relationship with God. Okay. I'm going to get a Bible. I'm going to read it. I want to develop myself and my team. Well, guess what? I'm going to read the 17 indisputable laws of teamwork. Okay. I wanted to develop myself as a trader. What did I do? I read Trading in the Zone. So this is what I'm telling you guys. Like, you got to give yourself the opportunity to grow. You have to do it. You can't think that you're going to grow by just sitting at home scrolling on Instagram. You got to read the books, listen to the audios, invest back into yourself each and every single day. All these things that you guys see around me, I'm always working on these things. I wanted to understand the power of my subconscious mind. I bought the book, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Like, this is what it takes. This is what it is. There's no way around it. You got to be willing. You got to be willing, because the more you know, the more you can do. The more you can do, the more you can earn. I wanted to earn more. I had to learn more. That's why they say you got to learn, before you earn. Because think about it. If you take the letter L off of learn, what does it spell? Earn. So you got to learn before you earn. If you're not happy with how much you're earning, that means you need to learn more. And you need to pick the specific places in your life that need to be learned. You know, you lack discipline, read the book on the power of discipline. You know, you lack trading, you know, whatever it is that you lack, study those areas. Don't just leave those areas untouched. It's not going to do anything for you. So taking action is going to help you learn more, grow more. So key. That's number 3. And then last but not least, number 4, it develops discipline. It develops discipline, something that we all lack so much sometimes. Imagine if you could read every day for the next 6 months. Imagine if you went to the gym consistently for the next 6 months. Imagine if you wrote your goals down twice a day for the next 6 months. Imagine what would happen to you. Imagine if you prospected 3 people a day for the next 6 months. Imagine if every day you read the word of God for the next 6 months. Imagine what would happen to your life. Imagine if you stopped smoking weed and drinking alcohol for the next 6 months. What would happen for your life? Discipline. In 6 months. 6 months, it'll be what? October, November. Imagine that. Imagine if you did your morning routine every day for the next 6 months, 7 days a week, no slip-ups. Imagine what your life will be. Just imagine. Imagine if you stop eating out for the next 6 months, how much money you'll save. See what I'm saying? Imagine. But you got to develop the discipline. You got to start with number 3 was you get opportunities to grow. Every adversity comes with the seed of opportunity. And number 4, you get to develop discipline, which is something that we all need. You got to develop that discipline. Believe it or not, one of the main things that holds most entrepreneurs back is their lack of discipline. Lack of discipline. It sucks, but it's the reality of the situation. Lack of discipline really does hold a lot of people back. It really does. Because I get it. It's hard to show up sometimes. But discipline is doing what you said you would do long after that feeling has faded. Because you may be motivated on this call and be like, yo, Nano, I'm ready. No more. No more slip-ups. I'm doing my morning routine every day. But are you going to do it when you have an argument with your significant other? Are you going to do it when you have a bad day at work? Are you going to do it when you wake up feeling sick and under the weather? Are you going to do it on those days? That's the difference. You know, Chele was telling people stories. He always tells people these stories about how I would wake him up in the middle of the night, 5, 6 a.m., and it would be cold outside. It could be drizzling outside, and I still showed up. It would be cold. Yeah, I got to go do my morning routine. Buckle up. Yo, I'm raining. That's fine. Bring the umbrella, but we're going. There was no excuses, bro. There was no excuses, no matter what. There were times that it was raining, and he'd be like, and he would come with me to the park, and he'd be like, bro, like, are we seriously gonna sit here in the rain with umbrellas over our heads just to do our morning routine? I'm like, yes, because I don't care that it's raining. The important thing is that we show up. Like imagine you walking outside. Like think about this. Think about how crazy I was at this point. Imagine you waking up and it's raining outside. It's not pouring, but it's raining. And telling your friend like, yo, we're gonna go to the park, which outside, and yo, we're gonna take these umbrellas with us, and we're gonna do our routines with umbrellas over our head while it rains. Just because I couldn't stay at home because that was my comfort zone. So I said I had to leave the house. And as I'm walking out the house, my mom is asking me, like, where are you guys going? It's raining outside. And I'm like, nah, bro, because I committed to doing this routine. And the thing is, when you are on one of those runs where you've been doing your routine for for 20 days, 30 days, you don't want to slip up because of a little rain. So what was I doing? Bro, I would literally be out there, umbrella in one hand and reading in the other hand, hearing the rain fall. But I was there and I showed up and I didn't care what anybody had to say. You know why? Because I was willing to develop the discipline, the willpower, that regardless of what the weather was, regardless of how I felt, regardless of what was going on in my life, I was there. My little brother, love him to death. I was just with him this weekend, and he told me, bro, back then I didn't understand, bro. Like now I get it. But back then, bro, when I was watching you wake up every morning, it didn't make any sense. I was like, I don't know why my brother's doing this. This guy is absolutely nuts. But he was like, bro, now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why you did all those things, bro. You were developing willpower. You were working on your mind. You were developing discipline. And when you come from where we come from, it's hard to make it out because discipline is hard to develop when you have all these distractions all around you. So regardless of what was happening in my life, I was willing to show up. Because the thing was, a lot of people don't understand this, and I've always told people this, the reason why I have that discipline is because of my dad. True story. My dad, my whole life growing up, he's a taxi driver. My dad worked 7 days a week. So imagine waking up and the person that has one of the most biggest influences in your life, you see him go to work every day. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. It could be raining. It could be sunny. The world could be falling apart. He had an argument with my mom the night before. He still went. He still went every single day. Every single day he was at work. 7 days a week. 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. So subconsciously, I'm watching this. Growing up, maybe I didn't understand it back then, but now that I'm older, I'm like, yo, my dad is my superhero, bro. Now I know why I have this discipline that I have today and why I was able to develop it the way that because subconsciously growing up, that's all I saw. That's all I knew. Never missed a meal. Never missed a rent payment. Always showed up for us. Rain or shine, every single day, 7 days a week. So growing up, and it may not be the same for you, but I remember seeing that. So now I'm put in the same circumstances. I go through things. I go through challenges. It rains. It snows. I get my heart broken. This happens. That happens. And guess what? I still show up. I still show up. I still show up. I still show up. Every day, 5 days a week. Guys, I've been doing mornings with Nano. Think about it. Since June 20th, 2019. June 20th, 2019. So every 20th of every month is Mornings with Nano anniversary, right? April 20th, that was my 4-year and 10-month anniversary. So I've been doing these calls for 4 years and 10 months every day. I stopped doing them for a couple of days on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and I was only doing them Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, which was at the end of last year for a couple months. But I was still doing them almost every day because I was doing them on IG Live and stuff like that. But for the most part, guys, I've been doing these calls consistently. Now in June, it'll be 5 years every day. 5 years. Develop discipline. And you know what this discipline has allowed me to do is allowed me to learn so much. I've done the same thing for 5 years. And you know what it was? Just work on me and help others do the same. Think about it, guys. This morning, what did I do? I woke up, I did my morning routine, I worked on myself, and now I came on here to share with you guys. Imagine that that's your life. Like, think about it. That's my life. I get paid to become the best version of myself and help others become the best versions of them. That's the best job in the whole world. It really is. When people ask me like, yo, do you love what you do? I'm like, bro, I freaking love what I do. I get paid to become the best version of myself and help others do the exact same thing. How beautiful of a life that is. And I get to travel the world while doing it. And that's the beauty of it. So guys, those are the 4 things you can gain. So we can wrap up this call because I know it's already 11:10. Those are the 4 things you gain from taking action on that habit. Number 1, you gain perspective. Number 2, you learn a lesson. Number 3, you get yourself an opportunity to grow. And number 4, you develop discipline. Nothing to lose, everything to gain, my family. All right. So everybody type gain in the chat box if you're ready to gain perspective, if you're ready to gain a lesson, if you're ready to gain an opportunity to grow, if you're ready to gain discipline, right? We're ready to gain. We don't got nothing to lose. What do we have to lose? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Nothing to lose, everything to gain. Go gain that perspective. You need it. Go gain that lesson. You need that lesson. Go gain that opportunity to grow. You need that opportunity. Go gain that discipline. You need it. That's what you're missing. Take action on that one habit. What is that one habit that you know that's holding you back? And I'm telling you, it'll change your life. All right, guys. So with that being said, that wraps up today's call. It is 11:11. Sheesh. Let's put 11:11 in the chat box real quick. Hold up. Let me make my wish. Quick. You never know. Just the more you think about it, the more you become it, right? So make my quick wish real quick. I don't know if you guys do that. I still do it. I'm corny like that. So, we run it up. It's not coincidence. 11:11, it's alignment. Let's run it up. But look, it's the beauty of it. We finished right on time. And that's the beauty of it, fam. So I pray all of you guys have a beautiful rest of your days. Identify that one habit that you need to change that's holding you back, and let's get to work on it today, not tomorrow, not next week, not the month of May. Today, get to work on it immediately so you can change your life. All right. If you guys don't follow me on Instagram, okay, my Instagram is at long live nano. All right. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please do. We have a lot more trainings coming on the way. We have a lot more, content and so many other things that are going to be coming from this. So make sure you guys subscribe so you guys can be the first to know about everything that we do on these calls. I'm very blessed and very grateful to call you guys my friends, my family, my brothers, my sisters. I couldn't have asked for a better community. We have 300 plus people on these calls every Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'm blessed. I do these for free Tuesdays and Thursdays, but I do paid mentorship Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for a private group. So if you guys want to learn more about that, reach out to me on Instagram so you guys can have paid access, to a specific group that I work with in particular, which I'm very excited and blessed to work with. We are currently studying the book, The Power of Awareness, which is absolutely awesome, and it's going good. So yeah, I'm back on YouTube, baby, right now. This is YouTube right here, and then we do YouTube and Instagram. So we go back and forth, YouTube and Instagram, on Tuesdays and Thursdays, guys, 10 a.m. Eastern time. And it's the same time as well on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. All right, fam. So I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Quick prayer. I do a little prayer at the end. So if anybody has to hop off, you absolutely can. But if not, stay with me and let me pray for you guys really quick. Father God, we thank you so much for allowing us to wake up on this beautiful Tuesday morning. We are all so blessed and extremely grateful for all the blessings, for all the love, for all the guidance, for the community that you've allowed us to create here. Each and every single day, we're working to become the best versions of ourselves because we want to be the example that we want to see in the rest of the world. We understand that we were created in your image, God. So we understand that we don't have anything to lose. We know we have everything to gain because we have you in our lives, and you're going to continue to pour into us. You're going to guide us. You're going to show us the way, and you're going to open up the gates to all the blessings and all the abundance that we are asking for. But we understand that we got to deserve that. And in order for us to deserve it, we need to work on us each and every single day and keep you close. So moving forward, Father, we will continue to work on ourselves. We will continue to put you first, and we will continue to help others around us do the exact same. So we love you so much, and we appreciate you so much. Let's continue to have a great week. In God's name we pray. Amen. Amen. And all of God's people said, amen, baby. Let's do it. I love you guys. Thank you for everything. Thank you for allowing me to pray over you. Thank you for jumping on these calls. Thank you for applying this information. Thank you guys for supporting me. Thank you guys for loving me through the good, through the bad, through the ups, through the downs. This family is like anything I could have never imagined, guys. So I'll see you guys again on Thursday. And for the rest of the family that's on my private mentorship with MMX, I'll see you guys tomorrow on MMX. God bless, guys. Enjoy the rest of your days. Go be great.